Hi, I'm Elisa Nova and I'm a graduate student and researcher. I'm here to share about simple tips and how-tos to make your life a little better and easier as a researcher in the field. Today, I want to talk about my workflow and tools that I use when I do my review of related literature. Let's jump in! Now, for the simple tools and methods that I do, I will teach you two general methods. The first set is using Mendeley Cite, the Mendeley Web Importer, the Mendeley Cite for Word, and Excel as a organization tool to organize your notes from your studies that you have read. And another set of methods that I will teach is using Zotero desktop app, Zotero web importer or save to Zotero for Chrome, and OneNote as an organizing tool for the notes that you have taken in from your PDFs in Zotero. How do these methods improve my workflow? Actually, the method that I use now is the second method, using Zotero and OneNote. I do a web search, maybe using Google or Science Direct, and then I save and sync everything to my Zotero desktop app. After I have everything in my Zotero desktop app, I sync those items in my Zotero library, and I also open up Zotero in my iPad so that I have Zotero synced in my iPad. Once I have them in my iPad or in my desktop, I can do offline reading and highlighting using the Zotero app in iPad or Zotero desktop app for PC. Now, I read them, I add notes, highlights, boxes, and once I've done all that, I go back to my Zotero desktop app and add notes from all those annotations. Then, I copy and paste those notes and organize them in my OneNote app. Once I have everything sorted out in OneNote by topic, I can start writing and citing using the Cite for Zotero in Word. That's the summary, but I will go into detail in this video. Let's discuss the first method using Mendeley Cite and Excel. I start my web search in Science Direct. For example, I'm searching about polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons in the Philippines because this is my thesis topic. So I search that and look for an article. If you have a Science Direct account, you can have access to the PDFs in Science Direct. For example, if you are with a university, they usually have institutional emails that are compatible with Elsevier or Science Direct. This same account can be used in Mendeley. You must have your Mendeley web importer installed in your Google Chrome. Once you are in the website, for example, this article about oil spill off the coast of Guimaras Island in the Philippines, I will add that to Mendeley using the Mendeley web importer in the upper right. And then, for example, this one, this is the PDF. It should import in the Mendeley. And you can see the journal article with the title, author, and the PDF. You can add that to your Mendeley library. Once added, you should see that on your Mendeley e-library. This one, Uno et al. 2017 oil spill. That means your article is now added to your Mendeley library. Once that is already on your Mendeley library, you can use Mendeley Cite in Word. So first, you should have your Mendeley web importer installed in your Google Chrome, and then second, you should have your Mendeley web importer installed to Word, and that is here in the references Mendeley Cite. For example, I want to cite Uno et al. I should click the Mendeley Cite. Your library should be shown here in the Mendeley Cite references. And I want to cite Uno et al. So I could insert one citation. But for methods, I think I have various references. For example, this one by Poster et al. And this one about quetchers. I also want more methods about quetchers. For example, this one. So I have 3 sources. And I can put 3 citations. See? They combine 3 citations in one. Now, after writing about them, I should want to put a bibliography. So here, in the 3 dots, in your Mendeley Cite, you should put your insert bibliography and then continue. Your bibliography should be listed where you want to put it. So that's how you use Mendeley Cite using Word. Now, once you have the PDF, for example, I have downloaded the PDF and I have put some highlights in my PDF. This is the paper of Uno et al. And for example, I want to highlight this one about spilled oil degradation. I will highlight this. After highlighting that in Adobe Acrobat, I can copy the text. After copying the text, this is where my organization comes in. I started this organization method when I was doing my thesis proposal about PAHs. And I made an Excel file which has the author, year, title of article, topic, and the concept that I have, and also some keywords. For example, that paper about oil spill in Guimaras, I highlighted the concept, right? And I want to paste that here in the notes. I should note that that is from Uno et al. 2017, year 2017. The short title of article I should copy and put in the short title. And this is important for me for organization. I should put the topic. For example, this topic is about fate of PHs. I should put some keywords such as degradation, oil spill, something like that. And since they also cited Diaz et al. 2007, Taylor and Raymer 2008, I should put that in the other cited reference so that I could also check that out in the future. Once I have these concepts, I have 200 lines here, but these are not 200 papers. These are 200 concepts or 200 lines that I copy pasted in one row per concept. Now that I have this, I would want to sort them per topic. So I should sort this by topic A to Z. And I would have, for example, the same topic, bioaccumulation. Bioaccumulation as said by Oliva, Baumard, Zuluaga. They're different authors, but they are in the same area. And they're all talking about bioaccumulation, concepts of bioaccumulation, and results that they found about bioaccumulation. So from here, I could look at the similar concepts or differing concepts, whatever they may be, and then generate a discussion about those concepts coming from different authors. So now it's easier for me to kind of synthesize all these concepts that I've read. So I can also search about, for example, oil spill. There's something that was said about oil spill by Francioni. Then also by Bacosa 2017. So there are different items that are easily searchable using the search button in the Microsoft Excel. Now that is the first method. The next method that I want to discuss is using the Zotero and OneNote. Before starting, you should have your Zotero desktop app installed and your Zotero web importer or save to Zotero from Chrome and your OneNote. Now, in Zotero, you should make sure the Zotero app is running when you are trying to use the Save to Zotero app on Chrome, and also when you're using the Zotero for Word. You can log into your Zotero app so that your library is synced. Once you logged in, your library can be synced to your desktop app and to your iPad app. In Zotero, what I like most about it is that you can specify different collections. For example, I research about many things, so I have collections on the PPCP or pharmaceuticals effects, modeling of PPCP, occurrence and methods, and I also have a folder for PAHs and then for muscles. And this is one of the most important paper collection for me, the new priority reads. I save everything, most of the items here, so that I know what I haven't read yet. After I've read them, I can remove them from this collection and retain them to the other collection that I have. Okay, so how do we save using Zotero? From the Chrome, for example, I start my web search on a different topic like pharmaceuticals in the Philippines coastal waters. And what I saw is the emerging pharmaceutical contaminants in key aquatic environments. This is by Mariano et al. In 2023. Now, this is an open access article and you can easily save the PDF here. You must have your Save to Zotero embedded in Chrome, and you must click the Save to Zotero and then pick your collection. For example, this is about pharmaceuticals occurrence in the Philippines, so I would put it in the occurrence and methods. And then after that, I could also put tags and then click Done. Now, if we look at my Zotero app, we can see that paper added, emerging pharmaceutical contaminants, date added Feb 28. That item will be synced to my Zotero app under the collection that I specified. If we look at that paper, we can see that the item type, title, author, and abstract, and even the URL are saved in your info. You also have the full text PDF, and if you click that full text PDF on the Zotero app in your desktop or in your iPad, you can start highlighting. For example, I want to highlight something in the results. For example, I want to highlight something about acetaminophen detection. Okay. I also want to note this figure that they have, so I put a box in it. And I also want to comment on something. For example, I want to put something here. I want to comment or highlight, or for example, highlight this and I comment why. Why is this so? For example. Now that I have comments, boxes, and highlights, I can click the full text PDF, right click, then add note from annotations. The result is a document that contains a summary of your highlights and boxes. I highlighted this thing about acetaminophen and it put in the notes, and it also said something about Mariano et al. Page 6. So this is what I like about Zotero because they note which paper you got that idea and then what page. From your annotations, you can copy-paste all of these to your note-taking app. I use OneNote as a note-taking app because it is available under the Microsoft Office subscription. Microsoft Office subscription includes Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, and a 1 terabyte storage for OneDrive. So it's very easy and okay for me. In OneNote, you can have a notebook for your thesis and different sections here on top. So I have a section for PPCPs or pharmaceuticals. I also have a section for PAHs or polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. And I have different pages for different topics. For example, this is a new annotation, so I put it in a new page. But it's not enough for me. I want to organize everything. So I start to organize the notes into different sections. For example, this statement about acetaminophen is about PPCPs in the Philippines. So I copy paste this into the page about pH results. Copy paste that in the bottom. So if you have another paragraph, you paste it to another section. Once I have consolidated them, I have a page that contains everything I read about this topic. For example, I have this page about results in the Philippines, and I have different studies. For example, here from Ramaswamy et al., from Mariano et al., and from Shimizu et al. And I also have the figures and tables that they have in their papers. Later on, I can compare my own results to previous data because other than consolidating the text, I also have consolidated the different figures that they have. So it's easier to compare your data to previous data if you have consolidated the figures and tables that you have read before. Now, because I have consolidated this under one page, I am ready to write something about this topic. I can start writing and citing using Word, and instead of Mendeley Cite, I should use Zotero. Now, for this to work, you have to have your Zotero desktop app open and running. So Zotero app, and then you have to install your Zotero extension for Word. Once you have your Zotero extension for Word, for example, I want to write about pharmaceuticals in the Philippines, and I know that the studies are PPCP. Here about Van et al., about another author, Singh et al., and I want to cite Mariano et al. So I can have 3 citations and then put them all together. I also want to write the citation differently. For example, Mariano et al. Said something about, but I need to put the year here, right? I need to cite the year here. So I add citation and I look for Mariano. And instead of pressing enter, I click the name and then omit author, so that when I enter this, it only saves the year. Okay? And once I am ready to add my bibliography, I should click add edit bibliography, and your bibliography is present here at the end of your page. Okay, so I don't know if I have explained everything very fast, but to summarize my workflow, first I do a web search and then save and sync everything to Zotero using the Zotero for Chrome. And then I open my Zotero desktop app and make sure everything is synced. Everything should be synced in my Zotero desktop app. And I also open my Zotero for iPad app before I leave and make sure that the files that I want to read are synced for offline usage. I do that so that I won't have problems with internet connections even though I want to work remotely in a cafe like Starbucks or something. So I go to a cafe, I sit down leisurely and then read, highlight, add boxes, add comments. And then when I come back to my desktop at home or in my PC, I start generating the notes from the annotations. Once I have those notes from my annotations, I copy paste them to OneNote, organize them into different sections or topics, and once I have them organized, I have something like a consolidated page, and I can easily comment right there or organize, synthesize the different thoughts, different results from different studies and papers. I start writing my review of related literature, and I cite using Zotero for Word, and then I insert my bibliography at the bottom. That's it! Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed this video about doing your review of related literature and organizing your papers that you have read using Zotero, OneNote, Mendeley, and Excel. Thank you very much!